So hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. Today we're going to be looking at this little Games Power handheld emulation device. It's got 500 games on it apparently, all NES versions. That looks quite cool. Let's have a look at it. So this is the box it came in. It's quite bashed up a little bit, but it's pretty basic. It comes in three colours. You've got sort of red, blue and green. I don't think it really doesn't make any difference what one you get, but if we sort of unbox it, careful, we get the usual sort of charge cable. Pretty basic charge cable, and there's an instruction manual here. It tells you all the things, nothing exciting. You can see this one is a green version. Okay, so this is the Games Power as it's sort of called. And it's pretty simple. You can see, look how thin it is. That's probably the most exceptional thing about it. It's all green. There's a sort of little slots here, I guess, for a carry cable, which doesn't even come in the box. And this is your charging slot right here. But most of the detail are all on the front, which you have your sort of single speaker, which is a little bit tiny. You've got a reset button here at the bottom. You've got a volume button, which is about 3 settings, either off, sort of low and then quite loud. And you've got your start button, and you've got your usual 4 X, Y, A, B buttons, and you've got a sort of D-pad for controlling, which all the buttons are really clicky, and when you're playing the games it does get quite irritating. And you've got this little tiny on-off switch here, and that's pretty much it. I've still got the screen protector on, so I'll sort of take that off for. The only thing is you cannot add any of your own games onto this. So what's on here is pretty much what you're stuck with. You can't add any of your own ROMs. But it looks okay. I mean, it looks quite nifty. It's quite thin. It's quite minimalistic. The only thing I don't like is really these clicky natured buttons. And you know, it looks okay. It's very light. It retails for about £15 to £20 on Amazon. You could easily fit this in your pocket, and it is very light. It is super light. You sort of see size comparison. You sort of, there's a sort of memory card. It is pretty small. So let's have a look at the game. So if we turn it on, and you're sort of greeted with this screen to start with, which you've got your 5 options to choose from, so I'm going to choose English, and then you get this screen, and that's basically it. So we've got Contra to start with. Let's even go with the first game. And I believe they are all NES versions. You can see, let's go with the sound. So that's it off. No, that's the loudest setting, sorry. See, it is quite loud. That's quite impressively loud, so you obviously that's it off. And that's the lowest setting. And that's the sort of medium setting. I think you'll somewhere go between the medium setting and off, but I mean, you can see it actually looks quite cool. I mean, there are some really good games actually included in this, and I'll go through that through the video. You've got it controls alright, it looks okay. But you can hear that the most annoying thing is the clicky nature of these buttons. It just becomes irritating. I'd say in general it looks okay. And it plays alright. But the only way to sort of get back to the main menu is to press the reset button, and you pretty much start all over again, which I think is a little bit annoying. So if you want to sort of jump, you can hold right and you can jump 10 at a time, and you can sort of go through all the games. But you do get to a point where the games start to repeat, so I think it gets to about 300 odd and you start to see the same games that are sort of listed here. Again, so it's not really 500 games, it's a little bit of a cheat. I think in reality it's about 300 games probably. But you can see there's some odd naming conventions, like Super Bear Brothers 3, which is actually Super Mario Brothers. Which is kind of strange. It looks like it's kind of a knockoff version of Super Mario Brothers. I mean, it looks okay and it plays alright. Anyway, you get the point. So it is a little bit annoying, but there's not a lot of really good games here. There's a sort of Turtles game, there's Double Dragon games, Super Bear Brothers, or Super Mario Bros. There's all the Super Mario Brother games in here. I don't recognise a lot of the games, some of them I do. There's Ninja Gaiden, that's quite interesting, the Final Fight, this sort of NES Mighty Final Fight game. So let me take off this screen. I realise I've still got that one, so it might show up a little bit better. It's still got a sort of shiny feel to it. I don't want too much glare on it. You can see, I think that's actually quite cool. There is some really decent games on here. But whether you think it's worth it spending £15 to £20 for all these NES games, I'm not sure. It really depends how much you actually like your sort of NES games, I guess. The games play fine. I mean, apart from the clicky nature of the buttons, the games actually really play fine. I think it might be quite cool for maybe passing time on a journey in a car, train or bus or something. You can just sort of pull it out and it's not going to be too intrusive in your pocket. It's just, you can easily just keep it handy, pull it out and you can sort of play the games at your leisure. Anyway, that's quite cool. So I'm not going through all the games, but I'll give you an idea of some of the top games that I've sort of found on here. There's Astayanax, there's some F1 games, there's a Tetris games, there's chess, Mahjong, Bomberman, yeah, Load Runner, Ice Climber. I mean, I recognise a lot of these games. Donkey Kong, Arkanoid, sort of 10-yard fight. Wow. And you'll recognise a lot of these games. Some of the games with the naming convention is just a little bit strange. There's a Toy Story game. Let me see, there's Bubble Bobble. Let's see, what else have we got? What's that? Dora Brothers City Connection. That's a particularly good NES game. This is a particularly good game. That is quite impressive, the amount of NES games that are on here, so it probably is fairly decent value for money. Just whether you really like your NES games or not. It's a pretty decent conversion, it's fine. It's a bit annoying it goes back to the start all the time. I don't really know there's any other way around that. Got Defender. There's lots and lots of games here. I mean, like I say, it does start to repeat. There's Dig Dug, Joust, Burger Time, and a lot of people like Burger Time. Galaga, Galaxian. It's like, wow. There is some impressive stuff here. I do like a little bit of Galaga. I'm not particularly good at it, but it's a class game. It plays just as well as any other NES version I've seen here. It's absolutely fine. I think the clicky nature of the buttons is probably the most annoying part of it, but you'll probably tune out eventually. But if there's someone else in your vicinity, they may get a little bit annoyed with the button bashing noise. Anyway, you get the point. Really decent game, I think. It's really annoying going back to the start. Let's sort of quickly jump through, see if we can find some other decent games that you'll recognise. There's a lot of bloatware, I think, being fired in here that I don't really recognise. There's Spelunker, I recognise that. It's a golf game, Spy vs Spy. Some of the games I definitely don't recognise. I think it just could be the names that are sort of mixed up a little bit. There's actually a Mario Brothers game, Mappy. I did like Mappy. Pac-Man, there's Pac-Man's on here. It's So it's a good selection of games, and for the price I guess it's alright. And you look at the size of it, just fit in your wallet almost as a credit card. There's a Mrs. Pac-Man on here as well, which is quite cool. But I guess we get to this point and things do start to get a little bit repetitive. I think it was around about this point where I've seen some repetitive games. Let's see, there we go, 272, there's Joust again, and there's Burger Time again. So I think it's possible that there's probably a lot less. It could be about 200 to 300 games actually in reality rather than the 500. So it's a little bit misleading and a little bit naughty, I think, of the maker here. I don't really know why you just say 500, but anyway, it's for what it is. It's actually not bad. It's quite good, sort of fun just to pull out. I don't think it's something you're going to be playing religiously every day, but you may actually, if you're sort of traveller, it'd be quite handy, and it wouldn't be too much of a dent in your pocket, so to speak. But all in all, I think it's not bad. It really is up to you if you think this is worth spending money on. There's plenty of decent games on here to actually spend your time with. See, there's Mappy, which I really love. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.